Hey, what's going on? Okay, let's get right into the meat and potatoes. I made an album. I released it last year, 2023. I can't believe it's 2024. That's weird. I don't like that. But anyway, I made the music. It's out now. It's done. It's completed. You can listen to it if you want. But that's what this video is about. It's about music I made. I'm working on a music video right now. It's animated. I have no idea if that will ever be completed. Because, my god, that stuff is hard. It's tricky. It's tricky business. But that's not all. I also wanted to make this video that you're watching right now to talk about. I'm a big fan of referencing other people's works. For instance, in the first album that I released, Terra Synthesis, you can see in Skip, there's a little reference to Mario. The more astute of you may have even noticed the rush lick from the song La Villa Strangiato in my song Black Lotus. And who can forget the time I accidentally nicked this theme from Mario Kart? I'm going to try to keep this video short, so I'm only going to include my favorite references that I made. Consider them Easter eggs, so if you want to go through and find them yourself, I bet you can. I bet you'll find a couple. You'll be like, hey, I know that. That's from... And if you find any of them, leave it down in the comments section below, where I will congratulate you. Honestly, yeah. Link down in the description to find the music. So anyway, let's get to it. Why don't we start with the self-referential ones? Like, for instance, the song Wing from the first album, Terra Synthesis, makes a couple appearances in Atmosphere, in two songs that also have the name Wing in them. You got Wingdings, and Wingspan. They both have the same theme, same basic layout, and they also both have that neat little piano part at the end. There's also a little trilogy of songs from the first album called Video Game Music, parts 1 through 3. And I actually finish the series on Atmosphere with part 4. None of them sound anything alike. They don't have anything in common besides the name, so that's cool. A more interesting one might be the fact that there's a rain theme that you can hear in the first song, Storm Clouds, and that carries on into Rainfall. Through fields under starry night skies. You can also hear at the end of Storm Clouds the little guitar reverb feedback kind of sound. It also happens at the end of Wingspan. I've been a fan of prog rock for many years. And I am a big fan of Yes. I love Yes. And their guitarist Steve Howe has always been a great inspiration for my own guitar playing. And I thought, what better way to pay homage than to write a song that is named after him. It's called How Are You? With a question mark, because his name is Howe. See, because, yeah, that whole song was just me trying to sound like Yes. Don't know if I did. I thought it sounded kind of similar, but you'll notice there's a reference right near the end to America. cover of America by Simon and Garfunkel. There's this little... I love that song. It's real good. It's got a neat guitar solo. It's better than Freebird. I'm gonna get crucified for saying that. Oh. I'm a big fan of games. I'm making one, actually. Kind of. I wrote a neat little overworld song for it. Did not release it on Atmosphere. I might show it to people, and in fact, it'll be in the video. In fact, here's some of it. Yeah, I wrote it as an adaptive soundtrack, so whenever you, like, find enemies and start fighting them, it sort of switches to another part of the song. It's pretty cool. I stole that idea from Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then wrote my own overworld song for my own game. You know what else I stole? The bass line to Volcano and the like the chorus part, if you want to call it that. That sounds a lot like the dungeon song from the first Zelda game. That was unintentional. That was not on purpose, but it sounded cool, and later when I was like, why does that sound familiar? I was like, oh. Happens a lot. They've got a word for that. Another cool thing I took from a video game is in the same song, Volcano, there's a little piano part that I based on the piano part in Faster Than a Speeding Bullet from TF2. Furthermore, while we're talking about video games, I stole a little chord thingamajig from a song from Undertale. I shoved it in Video Game Music Part 4. Very fitting. Lastly, and this is less of a reference and more of an inspiration type deal, in Don't Wait For Me, I based the choir part on parts from the Bloodborne and Attack on Titan soundtracks, because I wrote that song for a friend of mine, and they liked both of those soundtracks, so I was like, well, shoot, I'll just shove it in this song. Bada bing. Speaking of friends, that song Zimbabwe, I wrote that for a friend too, and I put in, by accident, a motif from a song called Lone Digger by Caravan Palace. It's electro swing, which is that friend's favorite genre, and I was like, well, I'll just write them one of those songs, and I could have been better. What's cool about both of those songs, if you'll stay with me, is that the bridge in both of those songs has like this little bass line kind of thing going, and they're the same in both of those songs, because I wrote them for my friends, and I thought I'd give them a little motif to connect them together, see? Right before I end off the video, because that was pretty much it, I'm going to do a lightning round of the last few things that don't really need any music to be played next to them in order for you to get it. So, Someone Who Understands was supposed to be a kind of parody of pop music. It was directly inspired by Ed Sheeran's Shivers, and it was kind of supposed to be a joke, like the lyrics weren't supposed to be taken seriously, but everyone really liked that song and took it very seriously. So now people are like, Matthew, I didn't know you had a girlfriend. Like, who is she? Like, I don't. I don't. She's not real. She's made up. Volcano was inspired by spy music, more specifically like Cowboy Bebop, which is not spy stuff, I don't think. I've never seen it. And The Incredibles, which I have seen. Great movie. Wonderful soundtrack. Michael Giacchino. Oh, he did Medal of Honor. Don't even get me started. This was supposed to be a lightning round. Fat Man borrows a lot of inspiration from Pizza Tower and Wario Land, because of course, it takes like the record scratching and stuff like that from it. That's also why it's called Fat Man, because it's Wario. Wario, fucking Wario. Okay, finally, the album art itself for Terra Synthesis was very similar to the album art for Fragile by Yes, and that was a really dumb idea. That was dumb, because Roger Dean has a history of not taking too kindly to people who rip off his work, so that was not smart. But you know something he didn't do? The second album, what is it called? Atmosphere. The second album, Atmosphere, has the same planet in the silhouette on the moon to sort of imply that it's like a lunar eclipse. I thought that was cool. Nobody noticed. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody noticed. But nobody told me that they noticed. And that concludes the lightning round. Thank you so much. I think the only reference I haven't mentioned yet is my favorite one, which is just the little Superman motif that I put in there after I say Superman in the song No Stress! Exclamation point! Feel like Superman! No stress! From my own... God, so from video game soundtracks to prog rock. From my own self-influence to the varied nature of my friends' interests, I suppose inspiration can really come from anywhere. Even... Anyway, thank you for watching all the way through, if you did. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy, there is absolutely nothing you can do to show me that you did, unfortunately. So I guess you'll just have to be content knowing that I will never know. It is a shame. Thank you, and have a lovely rest of your day. And listen to the music in the description. There's a link in the description. You can listen to the music.